Hi everyone, today we're talking to Amy Jones here at Melpro Studios in Philadelphia, just outside of Cape Town. Welcome Amy, and thanks for speaking to MuzoPlanet. Really appreciate it.
For having me.
Yes, listen, firstly, congratulations on winning Best EDM Track for the year.
Sure.
Must have felt amazing.
It felt amazing. Thank you so much.
Well, that was a collab with Cinnamon, so tell us, how did that come about?
Man, in March, I got asked to perform for Clicks at the Clicks Girls event. It was a corporate, and then I went up to Johannesburg, and Kyle Kassem was the DJ for the 2 days. So I do a set and he do a set, and then he heard me play my guitar, and then he was like, "Can you please play another song?" So I played another song on guitar, and then he said, "You need to come to studio and let my manager speak to your manager, and you'll just get connected, and you come to the Sony Studios, and there's a track we have for you." My brother and I called Cinnamon, and I never met Austin at the time. And then a day later, they called us, so like, "Okay, come to studio," and that was like, I think 10:30 at night. Got to Sony Studio, and they played a track, and it wasn't working. The first track they played me was like not working. I wasn't feeling it, and I felt pressure because you need to write something now, and And then Lee heard another track, which was the Cinnamon one, You and Me, and then he was like, "No, what about this one?" And then I put it on, and I started singing like a little bits and pieces, and then we called it a night. But it was one of those studio nights where you felt like this could either work or not work, Then left it, and then Lee came to Johannesburg again and for his businesses, and then he asked them, "Give us a track, we take it to Cape Town, they let me sit on it for a bit, and we can record at Gosha Studio and see what happens." And then I got together with another writer, Caleb Williams, and he got with this idea, and then he said, "This is an idea, and you just run with it, Amy." And that's what I did. And I finished it, and went to studio, and then I think one take, and we got...
Oh, there it is.
You and Me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Well, it's number one on the Hot FM charts at the moment. So.
It is number one. I can't believe it. It's crazy. Like I performed in Johannesburg at like a few festivals, and how the people are singing along passionately. And I remember writing, there's a slow part to the song. I could sing it. It goes, "Every day I think of you." That part. I remember sitting on my bed and writing that part. But when you're on stage and you see people close their eyes and sing it passionately, I'm like, wow, that's incredible. Yeah.
But what's interesting to me is that they heard you sing just with an acoustic guitar. So it's a solo acoustic performance, but just based on the voice, they could hear it in an EDM track.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is quite amazing.
And to be honest, the first time someone heard it on radio, the person actually contacted Lee and asked, "Listen, is there another Amy Jones perhaps? Because there's a song playing." And then Lee was like, "No, there's only one Amy Jones. That is the song that's like coming out." And that is out. Okay. So it was kind of cool for people to see what else I can do, and not just acoustically, but that, that works as well.
So where do you see yourself stylistically then, from solo acoustic artist to EDM? I mean, that's quite a...
I know, it's a huge jump,
yes.
I have to say this is completely out of my comfort zone.
Okay.
But I do believe that you grow when you're out of your comfort zone. And I also believe that we've actually got to see different doors opening. That wouldn't have happened if it was acoustically, and also your audience grows. More younger crowd this time, which is amazing, and I love it. And you kind of find that they latch on to the other singles that's already been released. So where I see myself in future is basically possibly another feature. It would be with Cinnamon, it would be with someone else. Okay. But musically, I see myself as pop, urban pop.
Yes.
Yeah, and whether the guitar is with me or not, I can always add it on. But I want people to know that I'm not just a singer, and I'm a singer-songwriter. I love guitar and I play it. And
sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So collabs is something you'll definitely consider again.
Yes, I'll definitely consider that again. I had so much fun, learned a lot, and someone I spoke to Jay something this last week when we were in Johannesburg, and he told me something that I'll never forget. And he said, money can't buy experience. And experience is so much better for you as an artist to have and to gain. So I was like, wow, that's actually really cool.
Yes. No.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So the music industry, I think there are so many things you hear about it, and the good and the bad. So you now being involved in it for quite a while, what's the one thing that you wish were different?
Oh man, one thing that I wish was different in the music industry itself, I think would be if all the artists would just like really genuinely just like support one another with and not being it like I must beat your number one, or I wish that would be different, that we all realize we have a gift and it's not for ourselves but it's for the world and it's for each other. So if I have a creative idea and you have a creative idea, we can put it together, it'll be even more amazing and more better. So unfortunately not everybody is the same and not everybody's the same like myself, and that's fine, it's okay, but I wish that was it wasn't a thing,
Yes.
Okay.
So I assume you find it to be quite a lonely place at times then.
Yeah, it is. I think everybody expects your life to be, it's exciting and it's amazing, but at the end of the day you only have a few who really gets the journey, really understands that it's not just, you won the award, it's all gloomy, it's fun, but it's hard work getting there.
Yes.
Yeah, so.
Okay. We hear so many times that artists say you have to put in the hard work.
Yeah.
You seem to agree.
I totally agree.
So what does hard work mean? I mean, what kind of hard work do you need to put in?
Sure. The hard work for me would be the preparation, the process of even how the song got to be, and sitting with the track and actually listening to it 10 times, 15 times, and writing and saying, okay, this line doesn't work. Then recording it, sending it over. Okay, you've changed this line, change the whole chorus, change the whole, change this word, that word. So it's the back and forth, and also not giving up and having that tenacity of I'm gonna get it right till it's perfect, And sometimes I'm a perfectionist, but I think who's not? Because it's my art and I love what I do. But we were talking regarding this next song that's coming out, that sometimes when your mind is so fixed on perfection that you forget about the feel of the song. So it's important not to lose the feel of the song and where it's going, instead of having this one thing in your mind to get it perfect.
Yes.
Because,
Okay, but you write your own songs.
I do.
So, of course, you know exactly where you want it to end. I think there's not a lot of people that know that you actually do write your own music.
I write my own music.
So where do you find inspiration for that?
Man, I'd literally be driving or sitting at home or sitting outside or being in the mall, and I'd hear something or I'd see something, and then I'd be like, I'm going to write this down quickly. Or I'd hear a melody and I'd record it on my phone. Or someone would tell me a story about their life, or very deep story, and be like, wow, that's quite intense. I wonder what it'd be like if I was in your shoes, and what would I write around that perspective, and then I can actually put myself in your situation and write from that. So
yes.
Yeah.
So apart from just having talent, obviously, what other emotional or mental skills does it require to be successful in this industry?
Sure, I think it's you're not to give up. I think and to your belief in yourself should be quite. It shouldn't be like doubt shouldn't override that ever. And I think also you comparing yourself to other artists, that shouldn't be a thing, because if you compare yourself to me, please don't. But if you compare yourself continuously, you'll never know who you are as a true artist, and what makes you different, and what sets you apart from all the rest. And I think it's an identity thing. So if you know who you are, and I'm very strong in my faith, so if I know who I am with the Lord, then I think everything else is okay, it's fine.
Okay.
But I do believe what else you need to have emotionally is also strength and courage. And also people will judge, because there's a lot of pressure when it comes to doing what you do. But as long as you believe in it, and as long as you love it, then I think you're fine. And that's perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the best advice you ever received as an artist?
Oh, wow. The best advice was to never give up. And I use it a lot because it's so true for me in the journey that I've been through with music. It's not just been 2 years. 2 years with Jai Productions, and it was amazing. But it's been a long few years for me. But I never gave up, and to keep the faith and to know that if you have a gift and there's something in your heart, then you shouldn't let family member or a friend or someone you don't even know change you from doing that one thing that just sets your heart on fire.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you mentioned Lee and Jira Productions.
Yes.
So you've been with them for 2 years.
2 years.
And what did they bring to the table? I mean, you seem very happy with it.
Oh, it's such a blessing. 2 years ago, I remember Lee said, Amy, I want to start this thing. I don't know what you think about it. I have no knowledge regarding the music business, but we can just see and try, And then I was like, okay, let's do it. I remember sitting down and I had a pen in my hand and Google, and then we wrote, okay, Good Up FM, this is the number. Heart FM, this is the number. We had no context whatsoever, but now if you see Lee's phone, you'd be like, oh, wow, you actually know him and her, and it's amazing. So, it's been a pretty crazy ride. A lot of highs, but also with highs come low. But it's kind of cool knowing that you're not alone in it. So Jai Productions has really meant so much for me in this journey, and to see the company grow and to see myself as an artist grow and Lee grow as well in his managing skills. It's amazing for someone who didn't know anything.
Yes.
I think a lot of people want him to manage them, but so I'm excited to see what happens and what's still to come for the company. Yeah.
Well, let's talk gear. And we have a Faith guitar here at the back, and you are the brand ambassador for Faith guitars.
I am the brand ambassador for Faith guitars, I think, within South Africa.
Okay, and this is the one you use, and
this is the one that I play. Yeah.
Okay. So why specifically this? I mean, obviously, you got the guitar, you bought this. Was there something specific on this guitar that you just loved?
What happened was I had an event to go to in Cape Town, and the night before I had a previous guitar that I used, and then I was playing and I was practicing, and then I put it down, and somehow my hand slipped and it fell. Then it cracked, and I'm thinking, I have to sing tomorrow. I don't have a guitar. What am I gonna do? I sent pictures to Lee, and Lee was also panicking, but he just kept calm and cool for me. So he started making calls and everything, and then I said, why not go to Paul Barton and maybe see, if you can get a deal or, get a guitar. And then he dropped me off at the event, and I went there without a guitar, and I just did something like a cappella, and because luckily it was a sharing thing, so you share and then you sing.
Okay.
And I shared, and I also gave a bit of a testimony regarding my guitar that broke, but I'm still here. And then while I'm busy with this event, Lee's busy sorting out, the guitar and everything, and then when he fetched me, he took me to Paul Barton, and he was like, okay, right, we got you a new guitar, you can pick whatever you want. And I'm like, what? This is so weird. I can't believe I can pick any guitar that I want. And then my heart just went to Faith.
Okay.
And especially for what it stands for,
yes.
So I was like, wow, it's amazing. I feel like it was God sent. And then I picked this color because it was more or less the same like the one that I had. When you have a baby and you're like, I can't just let you go, but I have to. But I'll somehow try and replace you. But this one, I just have a love for this one now as well. So, yeah.
Well, thank you so much. We're looking forward to the new single.
Thank you.
And thanks for spending time with us. We really appreciate it.
It's been a pleasure.